Have you ever met someone who makes every single conversation about themselves? Someone who loves receiving compliments, but absolutely cannot handle criticism? Someone who genuinely believes, I am better than everyone else? Today we're talking about one of the most fascinating and damaging personality patterns in psychology. It's called narcissism. And this is not just a personality type. Psychologists have been seriously studying this for decades. This word comes from an ancient Greek myth, the story of a young man named Narcissus. He was so captivated by his own reflection in the water, he simply could not walk away from it. And eventually he drowned, lost in his own image. Psychology borrowed this story and named the pattern after him: narcissism, an obsession with one's own self-image. Psychology defines narcissism as an inflated, grandiose self-image. Narcissists believe they are smarter, better looking, and more important than the people around them, and they feel they deserve special treatment, always. Psychologists have identified two main types of narcissism. The first is grandiose narcissism: loud, dominant, attention-seeking, always chasing the spotlight. These people chase power and status, not to help others, but purely for the admiration that comes with it. The second is vulnerable narcissism: quiet on the outside, but with a very strong sense of entitlement underneath. The smallest criticism can set them off. They feel threatened very easily. In the short term, narcissists can seem incredibly charming, confident, and exciting. But over time, the mask slips, and what's underneath is not pretty. Narcissists tend to be selfish, dishonest, or unfaithful in close relationships. When their self-image is challenged, they don't reflect, they retaliate. As Wendy Behary writes, narcissists wear a thick layer of arrogance to protect a very fragile core inside. When these traits become extreme and destroy relationships, it crosses into a disorder called Narcissistic Personality Disorder, or NPD. The DSM-5 lists the key signs: grandiose self-view, lack of empathy, constant need for admiration, and strong sense of entitlement. NPD affects 1 to 2% of the population, diagnosed more commonly in men and only in adults. Narcissism has a strong genetic component, but environment shapes it just as much. Parents who put their child on a pedestal, "You are the most special person in the world," can develop grandiose narcissism in that child, and cold, controlling parents tend to push children toward vulnerable narcissism instead. Research by Twenge and Campbell shows narcissism has been rising in America since the 1970s, driven by materialism, the self-esteem movement, and social media. Everyone asks, can a narcissist actually change? The honest answer is, it is difficult but possible. Therapy that builds empathy and honest self-reflection can create real progress. But the biggest challenge is, narcissists rarely believe they need help. Narcissism exists on a spectrum. A little confidence is healthy. But when the need to feel superior starts hurting the people around you, that is when it becomes something we all need to understand. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, have you ever dealt with a narcissist in your life?